right, everyone, we're here with Sam from GreenTech. It's our first ever Byron Beach special edition of the Solar Leaders mini series. So Sam, do you want to just say hey, where you're from and where you fit into the industry?
Yeah, for sure. Look, long time in the industry, 16 years now. Obviously, most of you would know me through GreenTech. We're a distributor in the Australian solar market.
And what's your favourite thing about the industry, Sam?
Mate, I love the people. Some of my best friends in the world are solar installers. Definitely have an interesting bunch of acquaintances in and around the industry, and that's my favourite thing.
Nice, yeah. We get that pretty much, and everyone rates the people. Like it's the common theme. Yeah. And so, what's your least favorite thing about the industry?
Look, I think barrier to entry. Unfortunately, we have some distributors that, a company pops up overnight and they're going to give them stock and large credit limits basically straight away, and that just means that we have some unskilled and potentially unscrupulous retailers popping up now and then. Having said that, we are clamping down. I know for us at GreenTech we have a pretty rigid structure for new companies coming in, and the due diligence that we do when we're opening new accounts. But yeah, definitely that's been a pain point over the years.
Yeah, also for the record, Sam's here because we love GreenTech. We deal with them all the time. They absolutely crush it for us and make our life easier. So yeah.
Thank you, man.
And so then what would you say the hardest thing about selling in a saturated market is? For yourself as the wholesaler, but also maybe feedback from installers as well.
Yeah, for sure. Look, for us as a distributor, it's always going to be challenging to make sure that we have the right product on the shelf. We, as a company, focus on quality. We really want to make sure that the batteries and solar panels that we're supplying into the Australian market are of good quality and they have good backup. From a retailer point of view, look, there's lots of cheap shit that's getting installed at the moment. Big batteries that aren't fit for purpose are being installed all day, every day by some retailers. And that's been a pain point for some retailers because they're coming up against it all day, every day, and they're having to explain their way into then a quality system, which is a little bit more expensive, but it's fit for purpose.
Yeah, and what kind of advice would you give to those guys, the installers just trying to put in a quality system and getting kind of undercut by the market?
Yeah, look, it's a good question. I think sell on quality, sell on your brand and what you can give to the customer, and give, right? The more information you can give about the product, the better. And just explain to the customer, look, we aren't going to install this product because the business has made a decision to not sell this product, and this is why.
Yeah, good advice. And speaking of advice, what's probably been the best advice you've ever been given in the solar industry?
Yeah, it's a good question. So an old boss of mine once told me to slow down and take it all in, and it's something that I always say to people that I'm close to. Obviously, it's very easy to just get blinders on in our industry and put your head down and go. But slowing down and taking it all in is a good way to do it.
Nice. Is that why you're in Byron right now? Or?
Absolutely.
That's that. We just went for a cheeky run up the lighthouse, and Sam did a special edition of the Morning Minute. So keep an eye out for that on the Sun Sellers Instagram page. But last question I got for you. Obviously, have you heard the term the solar coaster?
I have indeed.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone in the solar industry is just along for that ride. But where do you think the industry's going over the next, say, 4 to 5 years?
Look, I think over the next couple of years there's going to be a lot of consolidation.
Yep.
At the moment, we're seeing a bit of a boom because of the battery rebate, lots of new market entrants, and both in the manufacturing space but also the retailer space here in Australia. I think that's probably going to consolidate, and in the next 4 to 5 years I would expect that we start seeing a movement towards better gear, better quality batteries, better quality panels, because people are seeing that, okay, if we're going to install cheap shit, it's going to be an issue. We need to install quality gear and make sure that the company's around for the long term.
Yeah, that's interesting because like people like you walk around something like all energy, right? And it's almost like trying to pick a winning horse. Like there's all the different batteries. Some are like just look they so half of them all look the same, and it's just like how do you pick the winning horse? Because that's basically your job too, isn't it? Picking the winning ones.
For sure, mate. And that's a lot of my job is to do the due diligence, make sure that the product is fit for market and fit for purpose. And I think that in particular, the battery market evolves over the next 4 to 5 years, that will become more and more important to both end customers and solar retailers.
Yeah, and what criteria do you look at when you're trying to pick a winning horse?
Yep, so we deep dive the parent company.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if it's a company that's only been around for 3 minutes, it's very hard to tell, where they're going to be long term. But then also product spec. There's a lot of AC coupled products in the market where they've got really small inverters, where obviously that's not going to fit. If you've got a 50 kilowatt hour battery and a 5 kilowatt inverter in a stack, it might not be the best fit for that customer.
Yeah, hard to work with too. Yeah, when you're offering it. Yeah, what would you recommend to installers when they're trying to pick their kind of winning horse product?
Yeah, look, I think speak with your distributor. They're going to be the one that can give you a lot more information. We can also refer you to our manufacturing partners for additional training. Get your CPD points in at the same time with then the manufacturer. And we can give you a little bit of guidance around the average size systems that we're seeing go out, the different regions and what's popular in the different regions as well, and some price guidance. We have a lot of new product coming into the market in 2026. We can give you that roadmap to say, okay, this is a new product and this is where it fits in the market.
Yeah, nice. I remember. Yeah, you've definitely helped me out, linking me up with some of the industry leaders that have then given me some good like training around their product, which has then helped us kind of get that across the line as well to clients. So
yep.
That's cool. And so if you're an installer out there and you kind of want to like link up with a wholesaler that's actually going to kind of have their back, have your back or have their back, how do they link up with GreenTech?
Yep, so we've got the website greentech.com.au. We're the largest distributor in Australia. We've got 21 branches, so there's local help. We have a huge team of business development managers internally that can answer all your questions. And worst case scenario, you can always call me.
Oh, sweet. So I'll post Sam's number on the link below. You just give him a call anytime. Nah, all good. Sweet ass.